Hello and welcome to Cooking the Books with Heather. Today we're going to be working once again from Vivian Howard's This Will Make It Taste Good, because my husband and I had a recent experience where we were able to go to have dinner with her at the kitchen bar, and it sort of put her again sort of in the front of my mind. And so when I was looking for something to do with some bananas I had going bad on the counter, I found this, and this is V's roasted banana nut bread. And I have never made this before. It uses V's nuts, which we have made before, and I will link up there, but those come in at the end, so we don't need them right this minute. But I did go ahead and make another batch this morning. The first thing we're going to do for this banana nut bread is to mix the dry ingredients just so they're done and ready. I have some plain all-purpose flour, and we're going to mix in the rest of the dry ingredients, which is some baking powder, a little bit of baking soda, some kosher salt, some nutmeg, and some cinnamon. So I'm going to just put all that in this bowl. We're going to mix it together. I'm going to use this whisk just to get everything distributed. I usually use fresh nutmeg. I just didn't feel like doing all that today and measuring it, so I used pre-ground nutmeg today. So that is it for the dry ingredients. And the next thing we need to do is to cream our butter and sugar. Very standard step. So usually I don't do this for banana bread. Oh, and while I'm doing this, let's go ahead and talk about the bananas, because that was actually the first step. You roast the bananas in the oven for about 20 minutes, and then you let them cool. So I went ahead and did that. I did take pictures of them before and after, which my editor can put here. I had 3 that were really ripe, and I picked up 2 more that were sort of just barely ripe, because I needed 4 or 5 for this recipe. So we have 5. They look a lot different, oddly, but even after roasting, I expected I'll show you them right now. I don't know how well you can see those. These were all the really ripe ones, and I expected those to be very black, but the ones that were less ripe got very black, and the other ones kind of stayed brown. I'm going to put these back over here. But that part needs to be done because they need to cool before you use them. So in with my unsalted butter, I'm going to add plain granulated sugar and some light brown sugar. And I'm going to raise this up. High speed until they're light and fluffy, about 2 minutes. So we'll be here. We'll be back when it's all done. I realized I forgot ingredients, so we're going to have to do that on the fly. It's a little bit just sticking to the edges, but it's pretty well creamed, I think, as well as I can do without scraping it down a lot. So the next thing we're going to do is add eggs one at a time while it's running. So I'm going to, but not quite at high speed. So I'm going to turn it down to about medium. That's not mixing in very well. I am going to have to actually scrape this down to get it incorporated. My butter may have been a little cold, but it is what it is. Now that the eggs are incorporated, as well as I can get them, I think. Might give it a little bit more. I'm going to get it going again, and I'm going to add some orange zest and juice. It all looks curdled and awful, but I'm going to just have faith. We're going to add our flour, our dry ingredients, our flour mixture in 2 batches and just barely mix it because we don't want to make it tough. Because it's like a cake. It's more of a cake than a bread. Starting to look better already. I'm going to put the rest in here. That's mostly mixed. I'm going to call it good. Take this out and move my mixer. I'm just going to make sure I get all of this dry stuff on the edge incorporated. This is a very dense sort of dough currently, which might be my fault, might be wrong, who knows. But we're going to add our bananas first. So we're going to pull the peels off and just put the pulp in there. And I'm going to try to get as much of the, she calls it banana syrup, that might have come out as it baked in there, but not the yucky black bit at the bottom. That is my least favorite part of banana. This is why you need to wait until it cools, because this would be really awful if these were hot. I do not have asbestos fingers that good. There we go. There is definitely sort of a textural difference between the really ripe ones and the barely ripe ones. She just says ripe. So you don't want to use really green ones here. I am going to try to get as much of this liquid in there as I can, which is really not very liquid anymore. So I probably should have done this when they were a little bit warmer. It's very gelatinous. Do bananas have a lot of pectin? I don't know. Hands are already banana-y, might as well. Okay. I'm going to try to fold these in. They are still pretty big pieces, some of them, but it'll be fine. And now I'm going to fold in the V's nuts. These were the sort of sweet and spicy glazed nuts that we've made before. There's another one, I think there's a slightly different recipe in the first book and in Deeper in Roots, and then there's this recipe, but roughly chopped in there. Try to get everything basically incorporated, distributed evenly. That will be good for me. And now we put it into a bundt pan, standard 10-inch bundt loaf, which I have liberally coated with butter, You could also use spray, nonstick spray, if that is something that you keep on hand. I generally do not. I'm just going to make it as even as I possibly can. It will even itself out somewhat in the oven, but not greatly. Now this is going to go into a 325 degree oven for about an hour, or until a skewer inserted in the middle of the bread comes out clean. We'll see in about an hour. Oh, it's still warm. I baked my banana bread exactly an hour, used a toothpick, came out clean, and then we let it rest in the pan for 20 minutes. And now we're just going to turn it out. I'm going to turn it out onto a cooling rack because I'm not sure about the plates I currently have, but I'm going to turn it out onto a cooling rack, and that should be okay, hopefully. Oh. Let's hope it comes out. Yep. Easy peasy. That's it. We're going to let it cool, give it a try, and let you know what we think in just a minute. On this episode of Cooking the Books with Heather, you watched me make these roasted banana nut bread from Vivian Howard's. This will make it taste good, and this book is all around sort of like a particular thing that is like a flavor enhancer, and then you make that, and then all of the other recipes in that section use that, and this uses these nuts. Forget what it was called. There's a similar recipe in Deep Run Roots that we've made. Anyway, it is a sweet and spicy glazed pecan. So I had a few bananas, but I had to buy some, so my bananas were a little bit different. But I really liked this banana bread. I like nuts in my banana bread, so that was a good thing for me. But this also had a better texture than a lot of them do. In my experience, often banana bread is a little bit dense and moist, like too moist, kind of claggy. This one was not like that, and I assume part of that is that some of the liquid from the bananas, which usually actually have quite a bit of liquid in them and get kind of gummy, kind of can make it a little bit gummy, is removed when you roast them. So that's a good thing. I have roasted bananas before for a different recipe, and I don't know if the bananas I used at that point were like way too ripe. I don't remember, but I do remember feeling like there was hardly anything left of the banana once I roasted it for that recipe. That was not the case here, so I might have to go back and look at that video, and I'll link it here if I remember. I think it was for a flan pot de creme type dessert from Pool's Diner, and it did not work out very well for me at all. Anyway, this did. I really liked it. You can use any sort of nuts that you like, preferably at least roasted. But if you have a sweet and spicy or a glazed nut that you prefer if you don't like spicy, those would work in here as well. It was great. It didn't take that long to put together, besides the extra step of roasting the bananas beforehand. So if you've tried this recipe or a similar one, let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed watching me make this, please give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and come back and watch me make something else next week.